Okay, so my slides are visible? Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I am
Visible.
audible. Okay. Okay. So in last lecture, we are continuing with the various cipher algorithms. Okay. So in this, we have to study the two types of algorithms, or the two types of techniques. So the first one is a substitution cipher techniques, and another is a transposition cipher techniques. Okay. So up to this, we are completed the substitution cipher techniques. So in a quick time, we'll revise the various substitution cipher techniques. Okay, and then after we'll continue with the second technique, that is a transposition cipher technique. Okay, so everyone listen carefully. So in a quick time, we'll revise the various substitution cipher techniques. Okay, so the first technique, yeah, the first algorithm is the Caesar cipher. Okay, so in this algorithm, so basically, five we can use this algorithm because we have to protect our data or we have to protect our information. Okay, so simply if we transmit the information without by using the keys or without using any encryption techniques, then there is a possibility to hack the particular information. Okay, so in order to protect our message or in order to protect our information, we can use the various algorithms. Okay, so based on the various algorithm, we can encrypt our message and then transmit it to the receiver. Okay, so the first algorithm, that is a Caesar cipher. Okay, so in this algorithm, basically how we can encrypt the message. So in order to encrypt the message, so we can substitute the one letter. Okay, so instead of a one letter, we can substitute the another letters. Okay, so basically in a Caesar cipher, we can substitute the third letter from its original position. Okay, so how to encrypt the message by using this Caesar cipher? So basically, we can substitute the one letter. Okay, so here we can use the third letter from its original position. So suppose we have to encrypt the message as a, then we can skip the word as a and replace that word by its the third letter. So we can skip the letter A and the count the third number, that is the B, C, and D. So instead of A, we can replace the word as a D. Okay, so in a Caesar cipher, we can use the third letter, okay, for encryption. And if we have to decrypt that message, then we can subtract the third letter from its particular position. Okay, so simply in a Caesar cipher, we can replace the one letter by the another letters. Okay, so the second algorithm, that is called as a mono alphabetic cipher. Okay, so in this algorithm, so simply we can use the large message. So if we are to transmit the large message, but our condition is we have to encrypt that particular message. So by using this algorithm, we can transmit the string information or we can transmit the large numbers or the large message by using the mono alphabetic cipher. Then the third algorithm, that is a Playfair cipher. Okay, so again in a quick time I'll describe the concept of Playfair cipher. So in this cipher, we can substitute the information or we can describe the information in a matrix format. Okay, so we have a number of keywords, we have a number of letters. So all the alphabets or all the letters we can describe in a 5 by 5 matrix. Okay, so uh, if there is any keyword, so here we take a one keyword as a monarchy, and we can substitute this keyword in this 5 by 5 matrix, and the remaining blocks, so we can count the letters from A to Z. If the letter is repeated, so we can skip that particular letter. Okay, so we also take the examples on this Playfair cipher. So there are the four basic rules. So again, I'll describe the four basic rules. So the first rule is we have to make the pair of a message. So if there is any message, so according to the message, so we can make a pairs. So in a one pair, we can represent the two letters. So if the letter is repeated, then we can use the third keyword as a X. Okay. So the second rule is, so can anyone tell the second rule? कोणी सांगू शकता है? Yes. Yes, what is the second rule? Okay, wait a minute. सांगू शकता कोणी सेकंड रूल? Okay, so here are the four rules. So with the help of these four rules, we can encrypt the message by using the Playfair algorithm. Okay, so if we make the pair and if the both the words are in a same column, then we can use the downward letter. Then third rule is if the both letters of a pair in a same row, then we can use the right hand side letter. Okay, and according to this, we can encrypt our message, that is called as a cipher text. Okay, so by using these four rules, we can encrypt the message, that is called as a Playfair cipher technique. Okay, so next technique is the polyalphabetic cipher. Okay, so in this technique, we can use the particular key. Okay, suppose we have to secure our message. Yeah, if we have to secure our information, then along with message, we can add the particular key. Okay, so now everyone listen carefully how to add the key into the particular message. Okay, so here our the message is a wireless. Okay, and the key is a deceptive. Okay, so now we have to add the key in our plain text. So how to encrypt this message by using the polyalphabetic cipher? So for that, we have to consider the alphabetic letters from A to Z and the numbers from 0 to 25. Okay, so the first step is that, so we have to mention the respective number of the alphabet. Okay, so if the number is A, sorry, if the alphabet is A, then we have to mention it as a 0. Okay, so first step is we have to mention the particular number, and then we have to add the two numbers. Okay, so if we add the deceptive, the particular key in a wireless, so we'll take a first column. So the respective number for D is 3 and the respective number for W is 22. So 3 plus 22, that is a 25, and we can write the Z letter for the 25. Okay, so in this manner we can add the any key in our message. Okay, so the basic condition for this polyalphabetic cipher is that, so we require the key. Suppose the message length is 8, then we also require the length of key should be 8. So in order to make encryption, we have to use the same character keyword. Okay, so next algorithm is a Figner cipher. So in this algorithm, so instead of using a single key, we can use the number of keys at a time. So we can use 3 keys, 4 keys, 5 keys. Okay, so we can use the number of keys in a single message. The concept of Figner cipher. And the last one is a Farnham cipher. Okay, so along with a one example, we can describe the concept of Farnham cipher. Okay, so five it can be used. So this algorithm is easy for encryption as well as the decryption. Okay, so in this algorithm also we can use the plain text as well as the key. Okay, so if we use the plain text of a 10 character, so we also have to use the key of a 10 character. Okay, so based on the Farnham cipher, we can encrypt the key as well as we can decrypt the key. Okay, so up to this, have you understood? Okay, so it is a quick revision of the substitution techniques. Okay, is there any doubts in any technique? Yes. Okay, so if not, we'll continue with our second technique that is called as a transposition cipher. Okay, so first we need to understand that what is the basic difference between substitution technique and transposition technique. Okay, so in a substitution technique, we can replace the characters or we can replace the numbers. Okay, so but in a transposition cipher, so we can transfer the keywords or we can transfer the message. Now how to transfer the messages, yeah, how to transfer the keywords, yeah, what is the need of this particular transposition cipher. Okay, so when we go with a substitution technique, so at every time we have to count the letters. So in a Caesar cipher we can count the third letter. Yeah, in a Playfair cipher, we have to arrange these in a particular 5 by 5 matrix. Okay, so at every time we have to substitute the another characters or another letters. So if the word or if the message is a too lengthy, then it is quite difficult to substitute the letters. Okay, so in order to avoid that complexity, we can use the transposition cipher. Okay, so now how to encrypt the message by using this transposition cipher. Okay, so basically there are the two techniques or the two algorithms that we have to study in a transposition cipher. So the first one is a rail fence cipher and the second one is row transposition cipher. Okay, so one by one we'll understood the rail fence cipher and row transposition cipher. So now everyone focus on your screen. So the first algorithm is a rail fence cipher. Okay, so in this algorithm, so whatever may be the plain text, so that plain text we can divide into the two steps. So it depends on a depth of keyword. If the key is 2, then we can divide that input message into the two parts. If the keyword is 3, then we can divide the input message into 3 parts. If the keyword is 4, then we can divide the input message into the 4 parts. Okay, so basically Okay, so here in a transposition cipher, so we can take the one example of a rail fence cipher which can use the depth as a 2. Means it can use the keyword or the key as a 2. Okay, so what is the original message? So here we can represent the original message as meet me after the toga party. Okay, so this particular message we have to encrypt by using the relevant cipher. Okay, so they can mention the key as a 2, so that's why we can divide this particular plain text into the two parts. And how to represent these two parts? So we have to write this message in a diagonally order from left side to the right side. So can anyone describe or can anyone tell how we can represent this particular message in a diagonally format? So first, uh, look at our plain text. Okay, so our plain text is meet me after the toga party. Okay, so this is our plain text. So this plain text we have to divide into the two parts, and after that we have to mention our plain text in a diagonally order. So can anyone describe how we can represent this message in a diagonally manner? Okay, so focus on the screen. So first we can split the word meet. Okay, so for in a first row we can write a m, in a second row we can write a e, then again in a first row we can write a e, and in a second row we can write a t. So m double e t. So have you understood this? How we can represent our plain text in a diagonally order? Yes, anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Mm. Okay, so now tell me the next word. Meet me. So the next word is me. M E. How we can write it? Yes.
In first row M and in second row E.
Very good. Now the next student. Third row. Sorry. Third word is after. So how we can write this word? Yes. Quickly. Yes. Anyone? Fast. Have you understood it? How to write the message in a diagonally order? Yes or no? Yes. No one? Okay. So our plain text. So everyone now listen carefully. So our the plain text is meet me after the toga party. So we can use any plain text. So based on the plain text, if the key is 2, then we have to divide this plain text into the two parts. And how to represent it? So we have to write the letters in a diagonally order or in a alternate way. So suppose here we can first split the word as a meet. So M in a first row, then E second row. Third letter again in a first row, fourth letter again in a second row. So likewise, we can use the relevant cipher. Okay, and now we have to write the cipher text for this particular message. Okay, so now how to write it? So we have to consider row 1 and row 2. So the first letter in a row 1 is M, so we can write here M. Second letter, sorry, the first letter in a second row is a E, then we can write a E. Okay, so after substitute or after represent these letters in a diagonally order, so we have to write the cipher text for this particular message. Okay, so how to write the cipher text? So here we have a row 1 and row 2. So first we have to write all the letters in a row 1, and after that we have to write all the letters in second row. So first we can write all the letters from first row, and next we can write all the letters from the second row. So this is our cipher text for the plain text as a meet me after the toga party. So if we go towards the cipher text, so there is a less possibility to hack this particular information. So the hacker can only read the contents of this information, but he cannot able to understood what information can be transferred by using this algorithm. So have you understood this? How to encrypt the message by using the Relfan cipher?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so simply we have to use the key. So if the key is 2, then we can divide our input message into the two parts, and we can write or we can represent this message in a diagonally order. So after that, whatever the letters in a first row we have to write first, and the letters in a second row we have to write at last. Okay, so by using this Relfan cipher we can encrypt the particular message. Okay, so now the second algorithm is a row transposition cipher. Okay, so if we use the large message, or if we use the large key, might be you can use a key 7, key 8, key 10. Okay, so as there is an increase in key, so it is too complicated to hide or to encrypt the message by using the Relfan cipher. Okay, so if we take the more information, yeah, if we take the large number key, okay, complexity of the Relfan cipher can be increased. So in order to avoid that complexity, we can use the row transposition cipher. Okay, so this transposition cipher is similar to the Playfair cipher. Okay, so the representation of row transposition cipher is similar to Playfair cipher. Okay, so in this row transposition cipher, we have to write our input information into the 5 by 5 matrix. Okay, so uh, here I take the one plain text as attack postponed until 2 a.m. Okay, so this particular plain text am represented into the 5 by 5 matrix. So everyone focus on a plain text. So our plain text is a attack postponed until 2 a.m. Okay, so this plain text I represented into the 5 by 5 matrix. So, and if the space is blank, then we can write any random letters. So at a last row, we can write X, Y, and Z. Okay, so this step is understood how we can describe, yeah, how we can represent our plain text into the 5 by 5 matrix. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
as okay, so the first step is whatever our input message or the plain text, that plain text we have to represent into the 5 by 5 matrix. So after that, according to the given key, so here the key also mentioned. Okay, so 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. So it is a given key. So for each column, they can mention the particular number. Okay, so it is a given key and it is a given plain text. So by using the given key and by using the plain text we have to encrypt the particular message. Now how to encrypt this particular message? So for that, so we have to consider the numbers from 1 to last. Okay, so the first we have to consider the number 1, the number 2, the number 3. So we have to consider all the numbers in a proper sequence. Okay, so if the key is in a proper sequence there should be not any problem, but if the key is not in a sequence, so in this example they can assign a one random key. So according to this key we have to consider the sequence number. So we have to start with 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So here we have to consider the first number as a 1. Okay, and we have to write the letters of this corresponding number. Okay, so here our first number is a 1. The 1 च्या खाली number काय आहेत? So we have to consider the column of 1. So the letters are T, T and A. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first we have to write all the numbers which are in a column of a 1. So here we can write the ciphertext as a T, T and A. Okay, then we have to go for the second number, that is a 2. So can anyone tell what are the letters for column 2, yeah, number 2?
APD.
APTN.
Okay, so after that, very good. So after that, we have to write the second column letters as APTM. Then we have to go for number 3. So can anyone tell what are the column letters for letter 3, number 3?
SUO.
Very good. Then 4. So can anyone tell for 4?
AODW.
Very good. Then for 5?
COIX.
COIX.
Okay. Then 6?
KNLY.
Very good. And then last 7?
PETZ.
Okay, very good. So likewise, we have to consider, yeah, we have to arrange the key in a sequence of numbers. So if the key, if the key is if the given key is in a random number, then we have to arrange the ciphertext in a sequence of numbers. So always we have to start with a 1 and last number. Okay, so this is the row transposition cipher. So have you understood the row transposition cipher?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
I'll give a one plain text. So you can tell me the corresponding ciphertext for this particular number by using the row transposition cipher. So everyone write the plain text. I'll give the simple plain text. So you can tell me the corresponding ciphertext for that particular plain text. Okay, so the plain text is electronics engineering. So everyone write this plain text on a one page. So the plain text is electronics engineering. Okay, and you have to use the same key and write a key numbers are 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Can you able to do it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just do it and put your answer in a chat box. Okay, so what is the first step? Can anyone tell what is the first step? Okay, so first step is whatever our plain text. So that plain text we have to write in a 5 by 5 matrix. And if the space is vacant, then we have to write the letters. करता येईल का? Yes, quickly. Yes, you can use the same key. So first write the key as a 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So according the key, so mention the key to each a column and then write the sequence of a number in a ciphertext. Yes, have you understood the procedure? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So put your answer in a chat box. So I'll get the how many of you understood or not. So write the ciphertext for this corresponding plain text. Yes, anyone completed? Yes, others. So same answer you got. What about others?
Sir, ciphertext should be in capital letters or not?
Yes, you can represent small letters, capital letters. There is no condition
Okay,
to
sir.
represent, but basically we can represent the ciphertext in a capital letters. So there is a no standard rule. We can represent in a small letter or capital letters. For our better understanding, we can represent in a capital letter. So we can use the plain text in a small letters and we can use ciphertext in a capital letters. Yes,
Okay, sir.
others have got the same answer. What about others? Srinivas, same. What is same means? Yes. Okay, so have you understood the concept of this row transposition cipher? Okay, Madhuri Bagal. Okay, very good. So in this row transposition cipher, so first we have to write our plain text into the 5 by 5 matrix and then we have to consider the column wise numbers. And in a ciphertext, we have to consider the numbers in a proper sequence. So first we have to consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so these are the concept of the transposition cipher. Okay, so in this method we have to study the Relfan cipher and row transposition cipher. So have you understood these two algorithms? Yes. Any doubts? Yes. Have you understood this concept of row transposition cipher?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So today we'll stop here. So in next lecture, there is a one more point that is called as the steganography from the first unit. Okay. So today we'll complete the first unit, and after that we'll go for the practicals on a unit number one. Okay. So in our last lecture, we can cover the remaining point that is a steganography. Okay. So today we'll stop here. So if you have any doubts in a second technique, you can ask now. काही डाऊट आहेत का? Okay, if not, you can give your attendance. So put your numbers in a proper sequence. So roll number 1, 2, roll number 2, absent, 3, 4, 5, 5 absent, 6, 7, 8, roll number 8, absent, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 41 to 45, 46 to 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, Okay, so today we'll stop here. Next part will continue in the next lecture. So you can left now.
Hello,
Those were
sir.
remain to yes.
रोल नंबर 9
Okay,
सेंड होत नव्हता.
okay.
सर रोल नंबर 24.
रोल नंबर 24. अजून कोणी आहे का? Okay. 47.